Hi, I'm Chris James, and you're watching Healthy Alternative. Today, I want to talk about the benefits of Michael, and today we're going to be talking about.
Today we'll be making one of my favorite soups.
Welcome to the
tomato
JR72 Challenge.
I am Animated Mel, and I am your mental and wellness coach for
As always, perfection is not needed, but consistency.
We must first lovingly accept what is. You can't heal a body you hate.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Can we hear me? Can we see me? Can we see me? Can we hear me? How we doing out there? How are we doing? Let me know if y'all can see me. Let me know if y'all can hear me if you can. I'll give a little bit. Let people trickle in. Beautiful. Okay, cool. All right. All righty. Hey, shout out to Mick Jack. Shout out to Layla, Ruby Davis, and everyone else out there. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in on this beautiful Thursday. I am Animated Mel for those who are unfamiliar, but today I wanted to tap in with everyone, see how everyone's doing. You know, currently we have I'm not sure if you all are familiar, but we currently have a challenge that is underway. And the challenge is a challenge that a lot of people have asked for. You know, everyone's been asking for this particular challenge. And so I guess I will be remiss if I didn't mention it's our DR96 Blitz. It's a dry fast for anyone out there who's not too familiar with it. And there's a link to the actual course. So anyone who's not too familiar with it, you could sign up for it if you haven't already. To those who already signed up for it, you already know what to expect. But I'll leave the link here just in case there's anyone out there who hasn't signed up for it. Check that bad boy out. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this today, this isn't necessarily focused on the particular challenge, because once we go live with that challenge, we already have, the programs and everything set up for what we're going to go into. But there was a question that was asked prior to this challenge, and it kind of like had my mind going in a loop. But I was just like, man, I wonder if anyone else is going through this exact same issue, or they have this exact, I wouldn't even call it an issue. I would just say a mindset. And so one of the questions when you think about fasting, well, one of the questions that was asked it was basically asking about medication and the requirement for it. Like, do you have to take medication, or can I take medication during a fast? And so like my auto response mind was just like, like you auto respond in your mind, instead of just digging into someone's case, because everyone's situation is different. But it got me thinking about the mindset and how we have all been taught, or to think that medicine, or basically this traditional medicine that we consume here within our society, is it's basically the tools or the resource that we need in order to heal or to get better. And so we automatically defer to medicine, or things that's external to heal us. And so when you think about fasting, why do we fast? Currently, we have the Ramadan. I see Layla just mentioning that she's already doing the dry fast, sunrise to sunset, all for Ramadan. That's perfect. So for anyone who's participating in the Ramadan, this is literally the perfect time to do it. And the question about am I able to take medicine for a fast, it made me think about how reliant we are on things that's outside of us. Now, if I wanted to ask, why are we taking medicine, or why do we think that the medicine that we're taking is needed in order for us to heal? And the question that I have for you all out there is, if your medication, if it's truly healing you, why do you need to still take them for life? If it's still healing you, why do you need to take them for life? Now, what I'm saying by this is that I'm not telling you to disregard medicine altogether, because it all has its purpose. In modern medicine, it saves lives depending on the situations, especially if it's like a critical situation. But when did we start accepting daily medication as a normality, as if it's just a part of our lives, rather than it's being a temporary solution while healing the root cause? Have any one of you thought about that? Like, why am I taking medicine? Am I using this every single day? Like, that is not normal. That is not a normal thing, but it's become normal to just, hey, you know what? I'm gonna just take this medicine. But it doesn't even get us to the point of where we're actually healing. It's literally just making us have these temporary feelings that go away, or it temporarily heals pain or gets rid of pain, but it doesn't actually get rid of the source or the cause that put us on this medication in the first place. And so it had me thinking, like, what does surviving look like, and what does living look like? How many people out there are surviving, and how many people out there are living? So what does surviving look like to you? Because many people, they're stuck in survival mode, and they're just doing just enough to get through the day, but they're never truly alive. They're never truly living. They're never truly getting the source of what they need in life in order to maintain a healthy balance to exist. So signs that you're just surviving. You're just surviving. You wake up, you feel exhausted, and even after you have like a full night's rest, you're feeling exhausted. These are things or signs that shows us that we are just surviving. Your days feel repetitive, things are uninspiring, and you go through routines with no passion. This is what surviving looks like. You rely on coffee, energy drinks, and sugar just to get throughout the day. This is what surviving looks like. Your meals, the meals are about convenience and not nourishment. You experience frequent stress, anxiety, you burn out easily. And these are things that we've all experienced at some point in our life, and it's all due to the things that we consume. Because when we're surviving, your health is declining. Your health is declining, but you tell yourself, you know what, I'll deal with it later. I'll deal with it later. This is what surviving is looking like. Oh, I'll deal with it later. You start to numb yourself with distractions. How many of you all are guilty of numbing yourself with distractions? TV, social media, drinking alcohol, or dealing with drugs, or any type of emotional eating. These are signs that we're just surviving. We're literally just surviving. And the problem with just surviving is living in survival mode. It puts your body in a constant state of stress, which is going to lead to chronic illnesses, and it'll lead to chronic inflammation, hormone imbalances, and eventually dis-ease. So you become reactive instead of becoming proactive when you're just surviving. And this is a major issue, because if you're only dealing with health issues once they become too big to ignore, that is a problem. Most of the time, we need to be more proactive instead of reactive. And a lot of us are guilty of doing that. And so your mental health is going to suffer in this process. Depression, anxiety, and having a lack of fulfillment. These are going to be the things that are going to become the norm for you. So I want to ask you all some questions. And these questions are you making daily choices that bring you energy, vitality, joy, or are you just going through the motions? Are you just going through the motions when you're doing these things? Because if you're just going through the motions, then you need to question, are you surviving, or are you actually living? Now, the next thing I want you to ask yourself is, how long have you been telling yourself, I'll focus on my health later? I'll focus on my health later. How many of you have told yourself that, I'll just focus on my health later, I'll do it later, and then later comes and you never focus on it? And I'm sure anyone who has procrastinated maybe on, a long-term goal that's maybe outside of healing, or maybe it's just like maybe a business-related goal or something along those lines of something that we committed to. We say we'll do it later. We always say that we'll do it later, but when later comes, we never do it. When are you actually going to start doing it? Because a lot of times, most people, they believe that if they say they're going to do something, it gives them some type of, boost. It makes them feel as if they're actually sticking to their goals, if and they're actually going to fulfill it, but they never actually do it. They never actually do it. And that's kind of like the frustrating part of this all, is because you have this in your mind that you want to change, but when it comes to actually making a change, you hesitate. You create all these doubts. You put up all these roadblocks that show up in your way, when the signs are there to tell you, like, hey, I have these thoughts and I have these pains and I have all these things occurring for a reason. Like if you're thinking like, man, I could actually benefit from this, or hey, you know what? I never thought about it like that. And you have some type of worry about maybe your heart beating too fast, or maybe you have lack of sleep. Maybe when you walk, you have shortness of breath. If you have any type of discomfort that's happening in your body and you're scared to go to the doctor, or you question if you should go to the doctor or take all these pills and medicines, this is the key to make you understand that, hey, you need to make changes, because everything that you've been doing, it's not working. Or if it is working, you're not doing enough to show or to get the results that you're seeking. And so when I hear about people say that they want to get in on a fast, or they want to join a fast, I get excited. I get really excited. And anyone out there who's familiar with the things that we talk about, especially in the PAM fam, which is the premium accountability membership that we do, you already know I'm big on, speaking the things that we want to do into existence and making the things that we want a reality. And so if you come to me and you say, hey, I'm trying to lose 50 pounds, I'm trying to lose these 20 pounds, or whatever it may be, it ain't even, because everyone's situation is different, but whatever it may be, if you tell me you're going to do this and that you want to do this, then that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to make it happen. But our thinking needs to change. Our thinking needs to change when it comes to our health. We need to absolutely change our mindset, the way that we approach things. And if our mind isn't going to get us where we need to be, then we need to learn something different. Because what we currently have, the knowledge that we currently have, the information that we're currently absorbing, it's not benefiting us to get to where we're seeking to go, especially when it comes to our health goals. Now, are we healing, or are we managing symptoms? Now, we have a common belief. Most people, they believe that if they take prescribed medication, that they are managing their health. They trust that their blood pressure pills and insulin and, maybe their cholesterol medication, all of these things are keeping them safe. This is a common belief. And I wouldn't say it's a necessarily wrong belief. It's just we've been taught something that we need to unlearn. We need to unlearn a lot of these things. And so when we think about medication, we have to understand that medication, it often treats the symptoms. It does not get rid of the root cause. If you have blood pressure medication, understand that it's not a fix for an unhealthy heart. Blood pressure medicine does not fix an unhealthy heart. It's just not the reality we live in. Diabetes medication, it's not something that's going to cure insulin resistance. It's not going to happen. Painkillers and things that prevent you from feeling, discomfort in your body, these are not going to heal inflammation. And so if you keep on relying on these things, you're literally just prolonging the inevitable. And it's a sad thing. Now, I want you to understand that many chronic diseases, whether it's type 2 diabetes, hypertension, obesity, arthritis, or, even some more autoimmune diseases or disorders, they can be reversed through a lifestyle change. They can be reversed through a thorough lifestyle change. And when you change the things that you consume, you change the things that you do, if you move your body and you reduce the type of stress and fasting, these are all the things that are going to dramatically improve or even eliminate the need of medication. So literally your life is in your hands based on the things that you decide to do and the things that you decide to consume. Now, I want to ask you all a question. Are you actually healing? Are you right there who's watching me and listening, are you actually healing, or are you depending on something that just keeps you functioning? Are you depending on something that's just keeping you functioning right now? And if the goal is true health, if your goal is true health, why isn't the conversation focused on healing instead of long-term prescriptions or lifelong prescriptions? if we're actually truly seeking to heal, why isn't the conversation focused on healing instead of lifelong medications? Why is this happening? And you know what? I want to share a personal story. And for anyone who's already part of the healthy alternative community and who's been to some of the retreats, maybe you've heard me speak about this on a smaller scale. Now, recently, well, not recently, I want to say maybe year 2021 or 2020, I had my aunt. She didn't reach out, but she was posting like pictures on Facebook or comments on Facebook. And well, yeah, she posted some on her wall on Facebook. And on the post, she was basically stating like this is her life. And of the picture, it was like bottles of pills, the orange bottles and different type of medications. And it was like 13 or 14 of those pills, those bottles, whatever. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. And for anyone doesn't know, all of my family, they're back home in Cincinnati, Ohio. Shout out 513. And so she posted that, and I'm in Texas, good old Texas. I'm in good old Texas. And so when I saw that, I immediately reached out to her. I sent her a private message. I DM'd her basically. And then I was like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? What is the need for all these things? Like, why are you taking all the this medicine and these things? And so she had a lot of surgeries in the past. At one point in time, she had like a brain aneurysm or so, and she survived. And so she's had a lot of surgeries just throughout her entire, body, so many different surgeries and different parts of her body and things of that nature. And so obviously, if I'm in a health field and I care about health and wellness, and there's family members who have issues that's going on, I'm naturally just going to want to help because it's something I love. It's something that I'm passionate about, and it's something that I care about. And so I told her everything that she needs to do. She needs to cut out all the processed foods. You need to cut out all of these different overly processed foods and things of that nature. And so, long story short, she, I gave her a book. Actually, I gave her Chris James' book, about how to heal your body and stuff like that. And then, when I eventually went to Cincinnati, I ended up, giving her the book and, setting up things that she needs to do, telling her everything that she needs to do in order to heal, in order to get better, in order to get healthy. And because granted, I'm in Texas, she's in Ohio, that's a big distance. There's only so much that I can do. And so you have to put some responsibility on someone else out there if they actually want to care for themselves and take care of themselves. And so did she take the information? Yes, she took the information. Did she apply it? I can't say she did. I don't know because I'm not there, but based on everything that has transpired, no, I can't say she did. And so recently, and I want to say maybe a couple of weeks ago, this same aunt, she passed away. She passed away, and it's a very sad thing because this is, this is someone that was in a position to help, or I was in a position to help, and to see that someone who actually is part of my family and someone that I really cared about, they ended up passing away. And it's and she still relied on the medicine. She still relied on a lot of these things that are, supposed to heal us, and that we think, because we go to a doctor and then we think that they're, they have the solutions for us, but we have to understand this entire, how the society works. And so does it suck? Yes, it sucks. It hurts and all that stuff, but we have preventative measures and things that we can do to prevent things from like this happening. And so, our community has grown. We've grown over the years. We've grown so much, and we've helped so many people transform their lives. And there's a lot of people who've benefited from a lot of the information that we've had over here at A Healthy Alternative, and they've gone on to do greater things and, to heal themselves and go into their own journeys and do their own great things in life. And that's a beautiful thing, but we need to take these things seriously because we all have family members and we all have close friends and people that we love and people that we cherish that we want to see do well, and we want to see them, live long as possible and be pain-free and all of these things. But there's only so much that you can do. The only thing that we can do is provide that information and put it out there. And when that question was asked about medication, yes, it really made me think about my aunt. It made me think about other people out there who continue to rely on things that's outside of them. How many times are we going to put our hands in people and pray that they have the solution for us when the solution is here? We already have the solution. The solution is here. You, the reflection, you are the solution. You can't rely on someone else that's outside of you to save your life. You are responsible for your life. You are responsible for the things that you do and everything that you pour into yourself. And so it's important that we unlearn a lot of things that we've been taught, because we have to understand that we don't live in a society that cares about our well-being. They mainly just care about the things that they want to, how much money they want to make and things of that nature. So you have to take your life into your own hands. So yes, if anyone out there has been thinking or even considering, or maybe you're a little bit intimidated about a dry fast, do it. Do it. All you're going to do is learn. That's all you're going to do. And guess what? You're going to get healthier in the process. You're going to learn. You're going to get healthier in the process. You're going to start to build that resilience that's required when it comes to changing your health, when it comes to changing your life. You're definitely going to be someone who excels, who becomes the best version of themselves once you start making those changes. So stop relying on these outside sources to be your solution when the solution is right here. Be the change that you want to see in the life that you're living. Be the change that you want to see in the life that you're living, okay? Because we do not have to go through all these aches and pains and things of that nature, okay? And thank you for everyone who said condolences and things of that nature. You know, it's just a circle of life, but I definitely care. And you all know, since we've been rocking out for a while, we've all been rocking out for a while. We've all been, you know, in this community, and you all know that we care about health. We care. We built relationships. You know, we've met each other, and we've, you know, anyone who's been to the few retreats that we've had, and, you know, some of the live discussions, you know, we have interactions, we build bonds, and we have these connections. So any one of you out there that we've interacted in any capacity, I do not want to see you in pain, period. I don't want to see you in pain. I want you to be pain-free. I want you to get into that size dress that you want to get in. I want you to be feeling in your most vibrant formation, be in your most elevated self, because you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. And we have to understand that these beliefs that we have, we need to unlearn a lot of these, because it's being the detriment to ourselves, and it's being the detriment to our community and our society and the people that we love and that we cherish and that we want to hold down. So make sure that you prioritize your health and think outside of the box when it comes to your health, and not thinking that just because someone has the lab coat that they know everything that's going on with you, that they know everything that's going on with you, when every human out here is different. Yes, we have similarities, we have commonalities, we have things that make us who we are, but everyone's beginning and how they currently are is completely different. What the foods that we eat, we all don't agree with the same thing. So whatever you eat may not, you know, resonate with the next person. So be conscious of the things that you consume, because it's not going to be consistent with the people that's around you. Okay. Now, there's another common belief that we have. Now, I want to talk about the cycle of convenience versus the power of choice. Okay. The cycle of convenience versus the power of choice. Now, we are conditioned to seek convenience. Think about the world that we live in right now. We are conditioned to seek convenience, you know, whether it's fast food, getting these quick fixes, or getting some instant results. We're always looking for something fast, quick. And the funny thing is that if something actually requires effort, we often assume it's too difficult to maintain. If something requires effort, we often assume that it's too difficult to maintain. Think about that. Okay. Now, what we need to unlearn, because we have been taught that pills, they're the easier things that's going to make us have these lifestyle changes. Think about it. What's like, they're always coming out with some new medical procedure or some new medical injection or some drug, or, you know, something like Ozempic, like to give you these instant results. But we have to understand these things have side effects. Like, if you look at the side effects that go along with a lot of these medications and a lot of these different medical procedures, I guarantee you wouldn't even go through with it. You wouldn't go through with it. Instead of looking at the final result, You just looking, instead of looking at everything that takes place in order to get healthy, you're just looking at that final result. Yes, that final result looks good. The body's in shape. You're looking good. But hey, man, would you want to lose weight if it takes away the structure of your muscles and bones? It gives you weakness in your cells. It like come on. You do not want to be doing all these little these science experiments to yourself when you can naturally just heal yourself by following simple steps. Now, when we're thinking about seeking convenience, what we need to unlearn is that we've been taught that pills are easier and it makes our lifestyle, it makes it easier than just living a healthy lifestyle. But in reality, when we rely on medication, this is going to create more long-term issues and more long-term problems than solutions. Okay. Now let's see. Let's think about this. A quick meal from a drive-through. How many of you all go to, maybe eat fast food, or have eaten fast food? But when you think about the long-term consequences of fast food, what is this? It's diabetes, it's heart disease, it's low energy. This is going to make life more difficult. You have a quick meal that's going to make life more difficult in the long term, in the long run. So instead of just taking a pill and addressing issues, that's like the easy way out, think about it like this. If you're living with a disease, that's going to be much harder than just taking a pill, to get rid of this temporary disease, So think about the things that are going to ultimately heal you and make you feel better. Because when you make conscious and healthy choices, it does not have to be difficult. Making conscious and making healthy choices out there does not have to be difficult, but it does require some programming of our old habits and our current habits. And if you do, let's say you just move 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes per day, this is going to reduce any type of risk that you have when it comes to your disease. This is going to reduce any type of risk that you have when it comes to your disease. Simply just removing processed sugars from your diet. This is going to dramatically decrease and lower the inflammation and mental clarity that you currently have. Okay. So this is what I want you all to ask yourself when it comes to the cycle of convenience and the power of choice. What I want you to ask yourself is this: do you want to feel better temporarily, or do you want to heal completely? Do you want to heal temporarily, or do you want to heal completely? Let me see. Let's see. I'm going to read some of these comments. Yes, exactly. My own doctor told me all he can do is prescribe me medication and basically turn down the volume of the alarm going off on my body. But the problem, yes, Coco, yes, I'm telling you, man, it's out there. Let's see, Magpie. The last 2 weeks, you've been cutting out processed foods, addictive sugars, and replacing white bread and pasta with whole grain. I want to make everything from scratch. Hey, shout out to you, Magpie. I see you. That's dope. That's amazing. Yes, I love it. Trying to replace candy with fruit, cutting out your sugar might be the hardest part. Hey, that's amazing. Magpie, you out here doing it. You're doing it. That's exactly what it means to take accountability of your health and to put your health in your hands instead of relying on things that's outside of you. That's amazing, man. Keep up the good work. You got my support. Cut out a white bread out, So that's an amazing thing to do, and that's something to get excited for. You're getting fired up over it. That's what I like to hear, Radical Helper. I'm getting fired up too, But definitely think about the things that you're consuming and how you can get rid of those bad boys. And I'll tell you a little secret, just in case you're not familiar. I used to be, I'm still working on it. Every day is a working process. I don't go too crazy, but I used to be a crazy snacker. Like anytime I'm reading, or if I'm, listening to music and I'm writing something, or if I'm watching something, I'll just snack, and everyone knows that. I would tell me, hey, I give me a nice little bag of chips. What? I would go to Whole Foods, and I go through the chip aisle, and I get some chips, and I start going crazy on them chips. Like, man, these chips is good. But then I started looking in the mirror and I started seeing my belly. I was like, I ain't about that belly life. I ain't about that belly life. I ain't about that. So I said, you know what? I need a good replacement, because similar to what Magpie did, she realized that she enjoys eating some of these things, and that she realized these things are good, but they're not good for her. So she's finding healthier alternatives to make sure that she doesn't give in to those urges. And even though she knows that, hey, sometimes I'll get hungry, let me find things that are a little bit more healthier that can take place for the things that are unhealthy. So what I ended up doing is started buying dried mangoes. Y'all know I love my dried mangoes, baby. Y'all know I love my dried mangoes. So like, there's always ways that you can find a healthier alternative to the things that you can consume. So get dried fruit. Make sure they're organic. Make sure they don't have like added sugar or anything like that. Look at the ingredients. Anything that you get and it has like the nutrition facts on it, make sure you look at the ingredients. It doesn't have like all these additives to it, because y'all know that they love to put so much stuff in the food out there that we aren't supposed to be consuming. They have it there just so it lasts on the shelves longer, and they do it so it tastes better. And simply relying on things that just taste better or it lasts longer on the shelf, that's not good for you. It's not good for you. It is not. So those are the questions I want you all to ask yourself. Do you want to feel better temporarily, or do you want to just heal completely? Now, these are things that we have to talk about, because look, instead of like taking a pill, instead of taking a pill and thinking that these things are going to, be the solution, or it's going to be something that helps me, we have to focus on the things that are a lot more holistic and things that come from the earth, things that are a lot more natural. Okay. And when it comes to things that we need to unlearn, we have to learn that if we keep saying we don't have time to cook, if we don't have time to exercise, and we don't have time to meditate, but we have time for Netflix, we have time from scrolling on social media, what I want you to ask yourself, are we really lacking time, or are we just prioritizing the wrong things? Are you really lacking time, or are you prioritizing the wrong things? Think about that. Where are your priorities? Where's your focus at? Where are you focused at? You need to unlearn a lot of these things, change these habits, get into better behaviors, get into a different mindset. Because once you start to address some of these issues and some of the things that's been holding you back, then you're going to be able to focus on the things that's going to help you get better. You're going to be able to pinpoint a lot of the things. And so when you go into a fasting challenge or the dry fast challenge that we currently have, make sure you sign up for it if you haven't already. It's in the description box, DR96. But you'll start to understand that getting into these fasts, it's all about a mindset. It's all about how you approach it. That's how it is with anything you do in life. Yes, if it's new to you, it's going to be intimidating. It's going to seem like it's something that you can't do. But if you already have that mindset that you can't do something before you even tried it, you're already defeated. You're already defeated. Why are you going to tell yourself you can't do something when you haven't even tried it? You can't tell yourself that you can't do something if you haven't even tried it. You're just afraid, and you're putting yourself in that mindset you can't do something when you can. A lot of times things become easier once you just do it. There's so much things that we want to do in life, but we hold ourselves back simply because we're intimidated by the outcome. But guess what? What happens if you never try? You'll never know how the outcome goes. So are you going to be someone who thinks about the outcome and what could have happened? Or are you going to be someone who actually is living their life and not just surviving, who's actually being more vibrant to the things and welcoming the things that's going to help them grow? Being in a position of being uncomfortable is going to help you grow. Staying stagnant is going to make you stay where you are, and you're only going to keep getting the results that you've been getting. So you want to do more. You want to do more. You want to do better. You want to put yourself in positions to be uncomfortable so you can make that be the norm. That could be normal. And once being uncomfortable becomes normal, then that just becomes something that you can tackle without even thinking about. Like, you'll welcome those challenges. You'll welcome the hardships that come with life, because the things that we experience in life, even if you just take it outside of health, just overall, the responsibilities that we have in life overall, there's so much pressure. There's so much pressure to, stay financially stable, to take care of things, to raise your children, and to make sure that you can keep a steady income. And then you have the pressures of society, you have the pressures of your job, and you have it's like there's so much things that happen that we deal with that we don't want to deal with on a daily basis. But somehow we still persevere and we overcome those challenges. But when it comes to making sure that we live a healthy life and to make sure that we're eating things that are going to benefit us, somehow we just feel like, hey man, I can't eat, man, not eating for 4 days, man, this is going to be something I can't do. I can't do it. Come on, we need to change that mindset, adapt the mindset that is going to take on those things and get rid of that fear of discomfort. Because look, we also have another common belief, and people fear initial discomfort of change. People fear the initial discomfort of change more than they fear the long-term effects of just staying unhealthy. And this is what we also need to unlearn, is that healing, it isn't always easy or comfortable. Detoxing from sugars and processed foods and even medications, even just detoxing from medications, it can cause some withdrawal symptoms. Think about that. You're eating something, you're drinking something, you're consuming something, and then once you stop eating it, your body starts reacting in a violent way. Come on. That's crazy. That's crazy. Think about that. You eat something for a period of time, and then you stop eating it, and your body starts spazzing out, and you start craving all of these things. Why are you going to continue to eat this thing that's making you rely on it to live? It's like you become addicted to these type of things, and you may not look at over-the-counter drugs, or you may not look at fast food or these type of processed sugars as addictions, but they are. They are addictions. It's not generally classified or looked at as addictions, but it is. These are addictions. These are definitely addictions. So we need to unlearn. We need to understand that we need to stop giving up too soon because we interpret discomfort as failure. We need to change that mindset, because if we continue to think that, discomfort is failure, we need to start realizing that it is evidence that our body is adjusting and healing. We need to understand that if we're feeling some type of discomfort in our body, it's because we're healing, we're getting better, and we're adjusting to the healing process. And so when you give up sugar, guess what this is going to do when you give up sugar? It is going to cause headaches. It is going to cause fatigue. This is normal. This is a normal thing. It's going to, when you give up sugar and all these highly processed foods, this is going to cause headaches, fatigue, and maybe maybe people will break out. But you have to understand that when these type of things occur, when these type of things happen, this is just your body flushing out toxins. That's it. When you have all these nasty reactions because you stop eating it, it's because your body is healing. It's getting better. Your body only wants to help you get better and to stay good in the best shape of its life. So embrace the bumps, embrace the pimples, or the, whatever you may get, because you're healing. It's all part of the process. So flush out those toxins and allow those to get out fully without thinking that you need to start back this process of eating all these highly processed sugars. Okay. Now, what we also have to understand, and the truth that we need to unlearn, is that fasting can make you feel weak initially. It's going to make you feel weak initially, but over time, it's going to reset the metabolism and it's going to restore your energy. Everything is coming back to the source. Once you stop something and you give something time to heal, it's going to restart that process of making you feel better. So that temporary pain that you're feeling, it's because you're feeling sluggish, and maybe you're feeling weak at times. You can't go to the gym and you can't be as active as you typically are. We have to understand that it's going to reset our metabolism and it's going to restore our energy. Okay. Because look, when you're strength training and you're building muscles and things of that nature, it becomes hard because you're breaking down your muscles and you're building those bad boys back up. So anyone who's been to the gym, y'all know they say that no pain, no gain. If you're not feeling pain, that means you're not working hard enough. And so those muscles need to feel some type of strain and something that they're not used to, so it can grow and elevate. And what that does, it breaks itself down And then over time, it builds itself right back up because that's what the body does. The body is going to adapt to the things that you do, is going to adapt to the things that you consume, and also the things that you don't consume. So think about that and understand that everything has its own process. So if you're lifting weight, it's going to be hard at first, but it's going to build muscles. It's going to protect your joints, and also it's going to prevent injuries that happen in the long run. Okay, so understand that every part has a process, and everything that you're doing is going to get you to where you're seeking to go. Now, even healthy habits, having healthy habits in general, this is going to be hard at first, but just as I said, the body is going to adapt. The body is going to adapt. We have to understand that habits. I think they say that habits become automatic within like 21 to 66 days or something like that. So if we understand that habits, it becomes automatic within that time span. Let's give it 3 months or so, or maybe like 2 months solid. We have to understand that the things that we're doing, let's get into the habit of doing things that are a little bit more positive, even if it may be hard at times, because we have to understand also that discomfort is temporary. Discomfort is temporary. But the results that you get from that discomfort are going to be life-changing. These are going to be life-changing things that occur and things that's going to benefit you in the future. And so I want you all to ask yourself this question. This is the question that I want you all to ask yourself. Why do we accept discomfort from sickness, but we reject discomfort from healing? Why is that? Why do we accept discomfort from sickness, but we reject discomfort from healing? Why is that? Do we have some type of trauma that we need to address? Is it because it's just easier to do this rather than accept the things that can help us get better? Why is that? Like if you feel the withdrawal from unhealthy food, is that a sign that you need more of this unhealthy food? Or is that proof that your body is addicted? Think about that. If you feel withdrawal from unhealthy food, is that a sign that you need more of it? Or is this proof that your body is addicted? It's unhealthy. It's not good for you. Think about that. Ask yourself this. You already should know the answer. You already should know the answer to that. And so if anyone out there is questioning whether they should be consuming these products or they consuming things that come from the shelves and they have all these ingredients that you can't pronounce and you're addicted to it, I promise you those empty calories aren't doing anything for you. They aren't doing anything for you. Now, let me read some comments, see if I missed anything. Have to be careful. You've been snacking on pistachios. Hey, you know what? Pistachios, I kind of had to fall back from pistachios because I didn't like the way they made me feel. Maybe it makes you feel different, but I listened to my body and I was like, I gotta fall back from that. I'm healing. Knees are no longer what? Diane, she said she's healing. Knees no longer hurt and no longer taking your blood pressure medicine. Pressure is going down. You're plant-based. What? Hey, salute to you, Diane. Salute to you, Diane. I see you out there. Go ahead. Knees getting better. What? I love to hear it. Keep at it. Keep at it. Salute to you, Diane. That's amazing. Let's see. Heal completely. Just found out I have 2 bulging discs, arthritis, degenerative discs all in my back. Couldn't walk. Yeah. Man. See, that sucks. And like that situation is like being in that type of pain. It's never ideal. It's never ideal. And anytime I hear about anyone going through that type of pain, it's like, man, you know what? I send you healing energy and anything that we can do to help. You already know we're here, but definitely, use all the resources that you have. Obviously, if you reach out to any of the coaches or anyone that's part of the team, you already know we have your back, and we're going to do everything within our power. But everyone who's currently on their health journey, who's on their healing journey, who's getting better, who's restoring their body, who's losing that weight, who's getting rid of all the pressure and all the all the highly processed foods and getting rid of all the toxins, you're detoxing, you're getting, you're putting things in your body that your body is more receptive of versus just pushing out. Salute to you and keep on going because this journey is a beautiful thing. Okay. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is what are we really eating? What are we really eating? what are we really eating? Because most people, they believe that because they aren't eating junk food, most people believe that just simply because they're not eating junk food, that they're eating fine, that what they're eating is fine. Now, I was guilty of this at one point in time. So I'm not, I'm not saying that anything that you're doing is out of the norm or it's something that, is that we all don't go through at some point in time. Now, we need to unlearn that most of what we consider normal food is highly processed food. Most of the time, what we consider normal is food that's highly processed and it's loaded with artificial ingredients and preservatives and chemicals. And these are the things that are going to harm our bodies over time. Now, I brought this up in the past, but I'll bring this up again since, it's like the fasting time and Ramadan and things of that nature. But there's this book right here. It's Salt, Sugar, Fat. And it's basically speaking on a lot of things that that happen in the food industry. And so it speaks about how the foods that are labeled as healthy and it's good and things of that nature and the foods that they give us, it's not. They literally put sugars and so many different ingredients in there. And there's so much information. There's a wealth of information in this book. And it speaks about how the companies, they target particular groups of people or audiences, or they do it. They add ingredients and things to cause a particular taste in food so people become more addicted to it. And then once they become more addicted to this food, what is going to happen is that your body is going to start feeling the prices. It's going to start feeling the effects, and your body's going to pay the price for, the shortcut to just, feeling like you're full or that you need to eat these things. But ultimately, similar to the doctors or similar to anyone out there who's telling you that you need this food in order to prosper in life or to feel better, you have to understand that these are businesses, these are companies, these are people who want to get your money. Simple. This is all they want to do. But we need to unlearn a lot of these things and understand that, look, what similar to what like Magpie was mentioning when it comes to like white bread, so if you was to buy store-bought whole food white bread, this is going to be filled with sugar and additives that spike your blood sugar. Like you'll eat something and maybe you'll start hearing your heart palpitate. You're like, man, what is going on? Like I don't know what's happening. So we have to understand that store-bought whole wheat bread is often filled with sugar and additives that increase your blood sugar, that spike the blood sugar. And so most dairy, and even meat products, they contain hormones and antibiotics that's going to contribute to digestive issues, that's going to contribute to inflammation, that's going to contribute to hormone imbalances. And so a lot of times, I remember growing up, like how many of you all see diet? Anytime I see like a diet pop, or like, well, I'm from the Midwest, so we say pop, but I guess y'all say sodas here. Well, and most people, I guess some people say soda, but we say pop. We're in the Midwest, so I'm gonna say pop. So you have like diet pops. We have diet pops and sugar-free snacks. Guess what? These are gonna often contain artificial sweeteners, and artificial sweeteners, they're going to damage the gut health and it's going to increase the cravings. Like a lot of times, if you get a lot of these diet things that are supposed to be good for you, like it is going to increase your appetite. It's going to make you hungrier. Like anytime you drink a pop, it doesn't quench your thirst. It makes you want to drink more. Anytime you eat a lot of things that's sugar based and it has a lot of these different additives, it's going to make you want to eat more of it. That's why a lot of people love French fries, and I love French fries. Y'all like French fries? I love French fries, but I'm guilty too. I love French fries, and all these like anything that's white, it has all the nutrients removed from it. As far as food is concerned, it has all the nutrients removed from it. It's, especially when it comes to, like your veggies and things like that. So, and anytime you see enriched, they're literally taking the nutrients out. They're taking the nutrients out of it and putting stuff right back into it. Like man is taking control of the things that come natural. They're going to take things out and add stuff in there. Like, who told you to add this? I don't want this in my bread. Why are you putting this in my bread? I ain't asked for this. But somehow we just eat it until, okay, it's wrapped nicely and it comes from a company, so I'll just eat it. But we need to inspect what we expect. We need to inspect what we expect so we're not getting the results that's leading us to heartburn and heart failure and diabetes and all of these different sicknesses and illnesses that's killing us. We need to stop all of that. We need to unlearn all of these unhealthy habits and do things that are going to be more productive, and it's going to be a lot more healthier to our overall well-being, okay? Now, food, it does have the power to either heal or harm. The things that you consume have the power to heal and have the power to harm you. Now, what does this mean? A plant-based food diet that's rich in nutrients like, antioxidants or healthy fats that avocados provide, or even fiber. These are things that can significantly lower your inflammation. It's improving your gut health, and it's going to slow the aging process. I know a lot of people out there, they want to stay young and look young and, have nice, smooth and smoothie skin. But look, you're literally what you eat. Everything that you consume, you become. Everything that you are around, you become. That's just who we are by nature. We're humans. We become the environment that we're surrounded by. I guarantee if you stay in a room with someone for a month and you're speaking to them, maybe you're having conversations, you're going to pick up some habits from them. You're going to pick up something from them. So if you're around unhealthy foods and you're constantly consuming unhealthy foods, then you are going to be the reflection of unhealthy foods and the things and the pains that we feel, the joint pain. This is literally a reflection of the things that we're eating. It's literally a reflection of the things that we're eating. And so if you think that you're eating healthy and that you're putting things in your body that are good for you, but you're still feeling pain, then there needs to be some type of change so you can move to that point of healing and not give in to that thought of, man, I'm gonna just stay like this, because your mind is a powerful tool. If you think about something, you can absolutely do it. So put your mind towards your health and think about the health that you want to have, the holistic mindset in the body that you want to have. Think about that, because everything that we do, it plays a part in our life, and we have to understand that our life, we only know that we have one of these, right? We only have one of these that we know of so far, right? So while we're here, while we're in this realm, within this existence, and we're able to move and, express love and feel love and express joy and things of that nature, why not live healthy? Why not be pain-free? Why not wake up with energy? Why not wake up ready to conquer the day instead of feeling like, oh man, I got to wake up today, I got to do all this stuff? Come on, man. What are we doing out here? We need to actually live and unlearn that thought process of thinking that your life isn't enough and that you aren't enough. You are enough. You have the power to absolutely change everything that you want to do, okay? Now, I want you all to ask yourself this before I move on to the next topic. If food is fuel, are you feeding your body the nutrients, or you just giving it calories? If food is fuel, are you feeding your body nutrients or just calories? And also, I want you all to ask yourself this: why do we trust food manufacturers more than we do nature? Why do we trust food manufacturers more than we do nature? Let me take a sip of water real quick. Hey, this is a water break. Everybody sip water out there. Sip water. When you look at nature, it literally is all we need to survive. Think about the animals that we have in nature. Before humans interfere with animals, or before humans interact and start making animals their pets and things and making products for them, what do the animals eat? They eat things out there that's in nature, things that are natural, things that come from the earth, plants and, fruits and veggies and all of these things they consume. These are not altered by man until later. But somehow we start to trust the things that are outside of nature and start to rely on manufacturers and people who do these things in bulk and think that they care about us. So why are we trusting the manufacturers, but we hesitate to the things when it comes to nature? These are things that we need to ask ourselves, okay? Now, the last topic I want to talk about is fasting and natural detoxing. Healing, Keisha. That's going to be my new greeting from now on. Healing. Shout out to you. Now, I want to talk about the power of fasting and natural detoxing. Now, we all have a common belief when it comes to this. Now, the common belief that we have when it comes to fasting and natural detoxing is that Most people, they believe that they need 3 meals a day and plus snacks to stay healthy. And many people think that hunger is dangerous and that skipping meals will slow their metabolism. But guess what? Guess what we need to do? We need to unlearn that. We need to unlearn that, because who taught you that? Who taught you that? Fasting is easily one of the most powerful tools that you can use. It is literally the nature's way, and it's the most natural way to heal your body. When you fast, it is the most natural way to heal your body. The most natural way. Because let me tell you like this. When you're healing your body, you're giving your body a chance to rest. And anyone who's gone on any type of water fast or any type of extended fast, I'm sure that you all went to sleep, woke up, and were just like, man, I should be sleeping right now, but I can't sleep. And this will be normal. This is normal. It is so normal to not get as much sleep as you typically think you would, because you're giving your body a chance to reset. Because we need to think about how our bodies is working. Like, our bodies are working. Does that sound right? Is or are? We need to think about how our bodies are working. Now, when our bodies are sleeping, when our body is sleeping, it's still working. It's still working. When we're sleeping, our body is still working. Our heart is still pumping blood. You know, we're still, everything's still happening. We're growing. We're getting older, you know, not older. We're growing gracefully, but your body is still doing things. And so let's just say you have all this food all up in your body. All up in your body. Your body is your gut, your stomach, and all the acids that you have. It's working and it's breaking itself down. So just because you're sleeping and you may not just be consciously aware of how your body is reacting, it's always working. And so when you fast and you give your body a chance to rest, it's less things that it has to worry about. Once you go on a fast, it's not worrying about breaking down, you know, the foods that are already in your stomach or that's in your intestines and everything that's within your body. It's not worried about that. It doesn't have to focus on that. It's focusing on healing your body. It's focusing on getting yourself back into autophagy, which is basically regeneration and cell repair. It's focused on hormonal imbalances and, you know, which is basically like burning fat and having insulin regulations. These are the things that are happening when you give your body a chance to rest, because fasting is so powerful. It helps your gut rest. It helps with digestive healing, you know? And so many people right now, they're currently going through Ramadan. And that's a thing that a lot of cultures practice. But they use this for healing. What is the purpose of Ramadan? What is the purpose? It's for healing. It's for healing. And when you think about it, ancient cultures, they use fasting for healing. They use it for healing. So do that. And so finally, nowadays, since information is out there and is spreading, science, which is a man-made thing, it supports it. Yet we are told we need to constantly intake food in order to be healthy. We're constantly being told that we need to eat in order to be healthy. When since ancient times we stopped eating so our body can heal and get better. You know, it's just so backwards, man. And so when you think about intermittent fasting and prolonged fasting, these are things that's going to show benefits when it comes to increasing your lifespan, when it comes to reducing inflammation, getting rid of joint pain, increasing your brain function. Our brain is what makes our body does the things that it does. So we want to have a healthy brain, you know, and these things are affected by what we consume. And so if you go on a fast, you're going to have all of these things it's going to come back to normal. That's all it's going to do, is going to go back to normal. It's going to get better because you become more resilient. You become more prominent in the things that you're doing. Okay. Now, I want you all to ask yourself this. If fasting can heal and reset the body, why do we fear it? Why do we fear fasting if it's going to heal us? Why do we fear it when it's something that's going to heal us? And why are we eating so often when humans historically they've thrived on periods of fasting? This isn't anything that's this isn't any information that's new. You can research it. Like you can just look it up. Look it up. Look at different tribes all across all across different continents and different countries across the world. Think about the things in some of their cultures and habits that they do in order to heal. And it's not even just food. It's also to cleanse yourself spiritually, to get rid of all the distractions, to focus on the real things that are important in life, taking care of your family and showing love, expressing love. You'll be more receptive to the love that's around you, and you'll be more open to expressing the love that you have within once you get rid of all the toxic things that's in your environment. These are things that we need to make change. And so I want you all, if you can, write this down. I want you all to write down these 3 questions. I have 3 key questions that I want you to either express right now, or you can, do it at a later time. But now the first reflection question I want to ask you all is, are you willing to make real changes, or are you seeking temporary fix? Are you willing to make real changes, or are you just looking for temporary fixes? That's question number 1. Question number 2 is, do you believe in your body's ability to heal, or have you been conditioned to rely on external solutions? Do you believe in your body's ability to heal, or do you rely on external solutions? Question number 3, what is one unhealthy belief you are ready to unlearn today? What is an unhealthy belief that you're ready to unlearn? Think about it. Whether it's to deal with, your reliance on medication, to rely on a system that's shown you over time that it does not care about your well-being. So what are we going to do? Are we going to start to rely on the things that we have within ourselves, or are we going to keep relying on the things that have shown us consistently throughout history over time that it does not care about us? So think about that thing. And I really want you all to ask yourself these questions, because once you shift your mindset into being able and willing to embrace change, embrace the things that are uncomfortable, and embrace that temporary pain, that temporary discomfort, so you can get those permanent changes for life. Now, as I stated in the beginning, we do have a dry fast challenge that's happening. Starts March 16th. If you haven't signed up for it, sign up for it, and I'll leave the link in the box here or whatever, and check it out. Even if you don't sign up for it, check it out. Maybe you can share this with someone who could benefit from it. Share it with a family member, share it with a friend, share it with someone who understand that you can become healthier because of this. You can become someone that you never even fathomed. Maybe you're someone out there, because you have to also think that the changes that you make, it's going to be influenced by the things that you do. A lot of people are going to be influenced by it. A lot of people, maybe it's your children, or maybe it's people out there who are they're your role models, and they're looking at you and they see the progress that you made. They seen that you lost 10 pounds, 20 pounds. They seen that you built up this type of resilience in order to get to where you're going. They seen you walk with a stick, but now you're running. They've seen you be bigger, but now you're all cut and swole and you looking good. That is inspiration. That is inspiration. Not giving up when challenging things occur. Not giving up when you're in the face of something that seems like it's impossible to overcome. But all of the things that we are fearing, that we're fearful of, and the things that we feel as if we can overcome, you can do it. It always just starts with a thought. Think about it. If that inkling has sparked with you somewhere, if someone out there, if I said anything out there today that's resonated with you, and you just been questioning, like, man, I don't know if I should do this. Hey, guess what? I'm your sign. Let me be a sign. If you're looking for a sign out there that you need to become healthier and that you need to be better and do things that are prosperous in your life, guess what? I'm that sign. I'll be that sign for you. Okay. So make sure y'all check out the dry fast the dry fast challenge that we have coming. It's going to be very impactful. I'm excited to see a lot of people. And I know we already had one part that already sold out. So, you better hurry up before, it goes. They going like hot cakes, So I definitely want to implore you all to take your health serious, put your life in your hands. Stop relying on things that cause you, to hesitate or to be feared. Take that next step. take that next step to becoming better, to becoming that person that you always dreamed of, and become the best version of yourself. Okay. Now, life is a series of choices, and every meal, every movement, and every thought, it is going to shape your health. Now, you can either stay in this cycle of symptoms and managing and dealing with this pain, or you can take control and own your healing. You can take ownership and own your healing. All right. Now, I want to end with an affirmation. I reclaim my power over my health. I unlearn what does not serve me, and I embrace a lifestyle that supports healing, energy, and longevity. All right. That's all I got for you all today, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all tuning in with a brother. But I definitely hope y'all, I hope a lot of this information resonated with you all, because, if anything that was said that's beneficial, or if it's been helpful, I'm grateful to be a resource or a tool that's able to help you all out there. Okay. I will let you all go. March 16th. I will see you beautiful people there. I will see you all there, man. We got a lot lined up, man. We got Johnny Jupiter go up in there, Chris James, of course, Stephen Michael Jazz, and of course, we got Shell that's gonna be rocking out with us, and of course, me, Animated Mel. But I appreciate you all. I'm grateful for every last one of you all. You all take care. Have a beautiful day. Tell the people that you love them. All right. I will see you all next time. Peace and love. Bye bye.